How can organizations encourage collaboration between UX teams from researchers, designers, engineers, and others to ensure that insights are shared and integrated seamlessly across the product development lifecycle?
As my company is currently doing, is that our communication, our research team and our design team are very separate, but we come under the same department of customer experience. So what we do so that our communication between us is much better, and then that we share among each other our work processes, is we conduct a meeting every week. What it does is two things, yeah. So what it does is, first of all, it creates sort of a very friendly environment and very sort of a great environment, so that both the departments, the research department and design department, can communicate with each other, can feel comfortable with each other, sharing their information, sharing their processes and everything. And the other thing is, it gives us a great chance to get to be updated with each other every week as to what's going on.
I think the biggest thing is like a place to find information and a way to connect. So in terms of like in a place to find information, so like we've started using Dovetail and really building out like a research repository where it's not just for researchers, but for anyone who needs to see what are we learning, what are some of these insights, and also like using that to like have a discussion. So there's ways to comment on things and to use that to put together, like reels or highlights and so forth, and then share with people. Not having it sort of within only just like team oriented, but sort of sharing that across other teams is, I find, helpful. I think also like having like a regular sync. So often we have like a all hands meeting for folks across the UX team, and it's just a way to kind of share like updates, ask questions. Sometimes there's presentations on things. Sometimes it's brainstorming. But I think like having that is like a really helpful way to like build collaboration and make sure everyone sort of feels connected to one another.
Where I work, there are hella silos, the technical term. Basically, from the start of any interest or any need of, I guess, research, I guess I'm going to say, just because that's from my point of view, that's my role. I'm sorry to say the solution I came up with is like hella meetings, just like meetings all the time. Lots of talking about work. And it's a lot slower, but people can be brought on board very early. I find designers, appreciate that very much as well. I paused there because I wasn't 100% sure about engineers. Definitely slower, but I feel like people feel like it's more fair, kind of like democracy, actually, as a system.